A lot of people, when they don't feel comfortable with cold calling, they quit the business.
The times that I have been, I've noticed a huge difference in actually getting referrals from within our brokerage because other agents notice. I guess it's not cold calling, it's warm calling, but I do some cold calling. If you're doing something and it's not working, try something else. I think a lot of agents don't really realize how valuable a coach is.
We're back in the studio. Today I have with me Melissa Rockwell. She used to be Melissa Valentin, but yesterday she became, or 2 days ago, she became Melissa Rockwell. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. So Melissa's story is very interesting, and a lot of you could likely relate. Melissa was on a brokerage that treated her as a team, where they would provide her with leads and then take a fairly big split. Is that right?
Yeah.
And did you feel like you sometimes were maybe almost like an employee of a brokerage?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So that's really common for a lot of people, you know, especially when we don't know any better. We get into the industry and we're told, hey, take leads from your broker, work those leads. 50% is normal. One day you'll build up your own book of business, and then, you know, you'll be able to do your own thing in like 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which feels like an eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you decided to form your own team, and you began pursuing more listings and clients of your own from your own network. I understand that cold calling was not really something you were too comfortable with.
Not at all.
So unlike most people who build their own business with cold calling, Melissa chose to do something different, which has been extremely successful for her. So what are you doing to get listing and buyer clients?
So I've only lived here actually for 3 years. In those 3 years, I knew that I had to build up my sphere. I'm a people person. I like to connect with people. And so that's how I ended up just building my book. Now, starting off in those brokerages, that was my advantage. I took advantage of all of that, all those leads and everything that they gave me that prepared me to build up that sphere and then ask for referrals in return as well.
So you were calling people every day, but they're not cold calls.
No, they're warm.
I understand that you like went through your phone and you were like, I have 2,000 contacts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you decided to call like 25 a day.
Yep.
Tell us about those conversations. How did those go? What do you say when you're calling people you know?
Yeah, ask them how they're doing, what's going on, and how I can help them. I'm in real estate, how I can help them with any of their properties, if they need help with contract work or anything with their home. And then I ask them, do you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell real estate? Refer them to me. I'd love to help them. I'll take good care of them. It's worked.
Yeah. So you have how many of those conversations per day?
Well, I do about 25 contacts a day or more. So that's what I try to do, at least 25 or more.
So you have 2,000 people in your phone and you're making 25 of those calls every day. It's going to take you 100 days or just about to get through all of those people, right?
Sure. And not only that, I'm also getting leads from my business that I'm already doing as well. So yeah, it's always a constant thing to keep up with.
Yeah. But you're treating your business the same way that a cold caller would. You have an amount of contacts you make every day. You have a goal for like listing appointments set. It's just that you would prefer to talk to people that you feel comfortable with.
For sure.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So a lot of people, when they don't feel comfortable with cold calling, they quit the business because they feel, well, what else can I do?
Yeah.
And you found a niche and it's working.
Yeah.
So what role does social media play in your marketing approach?
I actually haven't really been consistent with that.
Okay.
The times that I have been, I've noticed a huge difference in actually getting referrals from within our brokerage because other agents notice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So social media is really good for building relationships with other realtors.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of content do you make that other agents take note of?
It's a mixture of what we do as an agent and then also like our listings and and showing our homes that we list.
Got it. How did you build your network and relationships in this industry? And how have those relationships been useful?
In the beginning, I did a lot of networking events because I didn't know anybody here. And that was my way of getting to know people, getting to know the area. And through those people would tell me what's good, what's bad, because I didn't really know much about real estate either, or I wasn't new to real estate. So having those network events for I would say the first year I did that when I was here, connecting with those agents, and that really helped. And then I'm just cold calling, I guess it's not cold calling, it's warm calling, but I do some cold calling. I do attempt to do the expireds because I do want to get out of that comfort zone, and I don't want to I know that I need that skill just in case,
So you're going to add that to your tool belt eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe when we run out of the 2,000 contacts. If that ever happens. It's a lot of contacts.
Yeah.
How do you maintain relationships with your past clients?
Yeah. Follow up, using my CRM systems is very, very important. So whenever we get a lead that comes in, I automatically put it in my CRM, set up a task, set up, a campaign, make sure that they're always being in contact.
So the relationship is making phone calls, sending emails, just making sure that you're constantly keeping in touch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're always in front of them. Yep.
Smart. Okay. So it sounds like more than one. Some people, they just want to text, but that's okay. You're still going to call them every once in a while just to remind them that you're a voice and not just the text.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have clients like that. They love to text.
Yeah.
Do you ever regret leaving a team or miss receiving those leads from a broker?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First, reason why would be the money. I mean, it wasn't worth my time, And then second of all, you don't get to retain those clients. And so a lot of times, it sucks because, you work with these people and then they basically cut you off and they say, hey, we're going to put this with another agent. And it's
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you had started working with someone and the broker said, oh, no, we're going to move it to another agent? Wow.
Yep.
So you really have very little control at all.
Exactly.
Now you're in total control of your business.
Exactly. Yep.
Because you are the team leader.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome. So what other advice would you give to a newer agent, who's thinking to themselves, well, I don't think that sounds great. I don't really want to pay 50% or have my work taken away from me, but goodness, I don't know if I know enough people to get started. What would you say to that agent who's watching right now?
Well, I think all of us have a different personality and a different reason why we want to be in this industry and why we want to succeed. So I think that's the first thing, is find your reason why, because that's going to really push you to do what you need to do to become successful in this industry. I know for me, that's a big deal. If I didn't have a reason to do this, and that's my family, I would not be pushing myself to do the things that I don't want to do. And when it comes down to it, these are things that a lot of agents, they don't want to do it because, I'm not good at it. Well, you're not going to be good at anything if you don't try, if you don't practice.
Very true.
So I would say if you're doing something and it's not working, try something else and just keep trying it and practice it and just try to get good at it.
Do you have a script that you use for calling past clients as relationships?
I haven't written one out, but it's typically something that I always say. So it's not written out. It's just something that kind of, over time, it just became.
If you were to get it on paper, could they reach out to you?
Yeah.
Coffee?
Sure. Yeah.
So if you want Melissa's script that has brought her $1 million listing in Frisco, $400,000 Salina.
Yep. Actually, yeah, that was 600. That was 600. That was 600. 400 in McKinney, and then another one that's close to 400 in Argyle.
So if you want the script to be able to get those listings, we're gonna have to push Melissa to put it on paper and reach out to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to share.
Yeah.
And what's your goal for 2025, Melissa?
2025, I definitely want to have more listings. When I first started, I didn't do listings. I did just buyers, you know, it's just a buyer's agent. This is my first year that I've ever had listings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so moving to this group of, you know, agents and having a great coach like you, that's really, really like helped. I think a lot of agents don't really realize how valuable a coach is. But yes, I would like to have at least 40 listings.
40 this year. Wow. Okay. So you're going to end up closing 2024 probably around 6-7 million in production.
Yep.
And next year you're going to be looking to do about 15.
Yep.
Wow. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
What's going to be the difference from this year to next year? What are you going to be doing differently?
This year, this past year, I focused on my systems.
Okay.
So I think that's really going to be helping for next year. And then I think next year will be more focused on growing the business and growing the business and investing.
Okay. Awesome. So it sounds like you got your systems down. You're going to be using them more. From what I heard, you're really dedicated to making your contacts every day, and you're just going to be a lot busier because you're talking to more people.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, if you would like to learn more about partnering with Melissa or some of the strategies that have worked for her, go ahead and reach out to Melissa. And if you would like for more tips like these, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel.